Hey, and welcome to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a little basement remodel, kind of. The basement here is got a dirt floor. It's old fieldstone foundation with crawl spaces, and it's nasty and gross. And I've already done some preliminary work, but I've been wanting to do this for a while. Right now, there's just tons of stuff thrown down there, and I want to pull everything out, clean it up, add some lighting, some built-in shelving, all kind of stuff like that, and just make it a much more usable space. So I'm going to bring you down there right now, show you what I've got to work with, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, so there's these really steep stairs, which I'm eventually going to take out and change, but for now I'm not. And so here it is. You can see I've got tires, and we got a bunch of these like plastic shelves and bins, and there's just stuff thrown on the floor, boxes, and more shelves, and more shelves back there, and a dehumidifier. And then we come into here, and it's just like dirt, right? And there's a crawl space over there, and there's a crawl space over there. So what I want to do is make all of this stuff look tidy, all right? And I've already dug out the dirt floor before I put all this stuff down here. See if I can even get to it. Can you see that? There's a layer of plastic underneath here, so I added a vapor barrier before I threw all this gravel down. And that gave me a pretty nice surface to work off of versus dirt. We also have this one light that's just dangling there. So the rest of the basement's really dark, other than I've got a light on the camera, so when I turn that off, you can see it gets a little darker. So I want to add some other lights up in the ceiling here. So that's what I'm working with. Here we go. All right, so the slop sink, there's actually a pad here where the old boiler used to be. So I'm just going to use this pad to put the slop sink on. I'm going to install a pump underneath it, and then it'll pump it up into the drain over here. And we're thinking about building a wall here, just like a, whatever, boards wall, nothing major. And put a little access door here, so then there'll be storage in this kind of dungeon area, as well as it'll block off this thing, and I'll probably make another little access panel here to get into that. Not that you really need to get into there, but and then we're probably going to wall this off too. And then here I just put the flooring up inside there in the crawl space. I got to staple up some of this insulation, but there's actually, it's all radiant heat in the floor. And so these bays have this silver stuff, but I got to add it to some of these other bays, but there was too much stuff in the way down here. So now I can finish insulating, and I'll continue this wall across here, and like I said, across there with a door there, and I'll make an access panel here so that you can get into there if you ever had to. At the bottom of the stairs, I got to do some repair here. You can see the stairs are a little floppy. More than once I've stepped here and the whole step's moved. So I just got to rebuild those bottom couple steps. I'd love to rebuild the whole set of stairs, but I don't really think it's necessary. And you can see my rig here. I've got the dehumidifier hose going right into the condenser pump. I think that's what that's called for the boiler. So my plan is actually to move this over with the sink and have this go into the pump that the sink goes into, so it'll drain right out rather than this contraption that I've got going on. And that'll also free up space here so I can build in some shelving that is more suitable for this area. All right, so now that it's empty, my next project is to, I've got 2 boxes here that run from the GFIs in the kitchen, and I'm gonna run 2 outlets up from here into the island, one off of each separate GFI. So I gotta run those, I gotta install some lighting, and then I gotta run all the insulation, and I can start framing walls and shelves and all sorts of cool stuff. Okay, so I've got all the wiring run, got the new lights in. Well, these are just temporary lights. I ordered some lights, they should be here. They're gonna look like these ones that are upstairs, these recessed cans. LEDs, and there's one back there too. I ran the wires up into the island upstairs here and here. I did not tie them in yet because they're not hooked up upstairs, so that'll be like the last thing. So I've got to finish the insulation up here next, and I started building this wall for the sink. So there's going to be this wall that blocks off this dirt. You know, it's just a dirt hole basement. So I've just got a 2x on the ground and a 2x screwed up there, and the boards are getting screwed to that. And this is all reclaimed wood from the shed that was out back. So this is all rough sawn lumber that is pretty old, weathered. This is actually the inside that I pointed facing out, so you can see the outside was board and batten, so it's all grayed, but then has the lines on it. So I said, I'll just flip it over and it'll be nice and clean on the inside. So that's that. I'm gonna finish building this wall and that wall, and I'm gonna make a trap door thing there. I think I'm gonna build a little wall there too. So if I got enough wood, we'll see. All right, so I gotta get some handles for this, but basically there's a little spinny thing here, and then I made a door, so that'll just pull right out. And then I can access this crawl space in here. And the slop sink's not hooked up yet, but it's gonna go right there. And then underneath the stairs, I did the same kind of thing, this little flippy things. There's gonna be handles on this, and that'll come off. And then there's access in here to get up into this crawl space. And I wanted to make sure that with the dehumidifier and everything, that the airflow would be able to get through. So this is just some metal screening that I made a little screen window so that the air can still get through. And so the next thing I'm working on, I'm gonna put a post in here, and I'm gonna build some shelving across under the stairs. So there's the shelves. Again, I just used some of that reclaimed lumber from the old shed. So yeah, it's pretty quick and easy. All right, so here is the finished basement project. On this wall, there was a wire back there, so can you see that? So I conveniently put a board to cover over that, and a board up there to hang all the brooms and such, so they don't hit that wire. A bunch of hooks over here, and then there's pipes behind here for the bathroom. So I built a little cavity. There's like the drain line and the water lines and everything. I built a little cavity there to protect those. Built some shelving in here. Of course, I put these new recessed lights in. And then here we go down here. I got all these new recessed cans all the way along on the ceiling. And then I think I showed this in an earlier video, but I got these shelves. They're all filled up. And my access panels all covered up already. Got my tires back in here. These plastic shelves that we already had. There's that built-in shelf that I had. I had this old cubby here. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not, but it's there for now. Another one of those plastic shelves. And then this is what I built for the dehumidifier. And the sink, I have not hooked in the sink yet, so I just went out and bought all that stuff last weekend, so that is ready to go in. I might do that this weekend coming up. So other than that, that's it. I think I showed this already, this shelf here, and then back there I built a shelf for all my old files, because you can't get rid of your old files for 10 years or whatever. So there you go. And then this is kind of like dead space. So I think it came out pretty good. It definitely looks less scary, I think, when you come down the stairs, you know, not seeing all that dirt back there. So, all right, so that completes my basement project. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.